Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Remember that I once told you guys that my sister gifted me basically all of her makeup? Well, I've moved back to the Netherlands now and it is time to officially make this part of my collection now. So we're gonna add some makeup to my inventory. Let's take a look at that together. Okay, it's a fair bit. This is gonna change my inventory numbers completely. I don't even know where to start, but let's start with this one because I think there's only one. This type of palette, if I can get it open. Yes, first of all, we have, ooh, it's shiny, a Revolution highlight palette. I've never owned a highlight palette, and as you guys know, I'm almost through the one last highlight that I have left, but I've got 3 new highlighters that I can work on. Yeah, don't know how much there is in here. It doesn't show how much is in here. I'm hoping these pans are fairly shallow, but I have no idea, to be honest. And I don't really know much about that Revolution formula for highlighter, so we'll see. Another nice little one is this little Sephora palette that I guess she bought at some point. This has a lot of small eyeshadow pans, as you can see. So a lot I can work with, probably stuff that I can finish up quite easily, like one pan at a time. But there still is a lot in here. And then I believe it also has, yes, a little blush side. I don't know how convenient this is going to use any of that if I'm not using it as an eyeshadow. And there's lip products here too. No idea what the quality of this is, but it's going into my collection, and if I realize it is complete, just nothing not working, I might roll it out again, but we'll see then. Let's see. Eyeshadow palettes. I've got a few bigger eyeshadow palettes. One of them is this one. This is the Maybelline The Nudes palette, which I guess is a palette that I've seen more often. It's just a nice general nude palette, as you can see. Nothing too special about it. And it's adding a good few neutrals back into my collection. A lot of these are mattes though, and I don't have a lot of mattes, so it is nice to add some mattes to the collection. Then my sister at one point bought the Sleek Storm palette. And if you've been following along with me for a really long time, you will recognize this because I've panned a complete Sleek Storm palette before. So yeah, I might do it again at some point. We'll see. I did like this palette. There's only the dark blue and the dark green and the gray, those would be shades I wouldn't really gravitate towards as much, but everything else totally up my alley. So I don't hate having it back in, but just thinking about the fact that I've already finished one up completely. Then we've got the W7 In the Night Smoky Shades Eye Color palettes, and these are very much like the Urban Decay Naked palettes, but this one is a purple version. I don't recall Urban Decay doing a purple version at any point, but yeah, a lot of purple shades and then a warm shade here, but a lot of the cool tones. I like purples. There's a couple of grays or things that lean more towards gray in there that are a little bit less my thing, but that's okay. But then we also have the W7 Lightly Toasted palette, and this one basically a dupe of the Naked palette, and I still own the Naked palette, so yeah, that's less ideal, but again, I do like these type of colors, so it's okay. Then there's also this little palette right here. This I got in a glossy box type thing at some point, and I gifted her part of my makeup because she wanted to play around with it, and then a couple of years later she realized she doesn't use makeup, so she gifted everything back to me. So this was in my collection at some point. Again, more neutrals, as you can see. They are my type of colors. I'm just adding a lot. back on, but that's fine. As long as it's nothing that I like completely hate, we can work with it. Let's see. Also, this one, I know she got for me at some point and then she gave it back. Greens and neutrals again. I do like the shades. This is a Milani palette, the Runway Eyes Fashion Shadows. I don't think I've seen this in anybody else's videos at any point in time, but this one's in the time that I just discovered online shopping, the possibilities of ordering stuff from the US, all those type of things, and I ended up with a lot of things that maybe I wouldn't buy if I would be going out right now, but again, greens and neutrals, they are my type of shades still, so it's okay. Then we have a PS Love 4 shade eyeshadow, and yeah, this is a Primark palette, so curious to see what the quality of this is going to be. Greens, like kind of the gray, grungy type shades, and then this one is more of a teal type shade, so yep, that's also going into my collection. Then this is an Art Deco palette, and I believe that this one, yeah, it's kind of like a build your own type of palette, and it only has 2 shades in it. Again, neutrals, and I'm starting to run out of like highlighty shades for my brow bone, so I'm fine definitely with rolling a few new shades of those in again. I'm saying rolling in because I'm used to saying those type of things when I'm talking palettes. I never do any type of haul videos because I don't really buy makeup, so yeah, it's rolling into my collection. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what we're calling it. Then I've got 2 Catrice palettes from like a limited edition that they once did. These also she got for me. So they're back in my collection now. They've been out of my collection for a long time. We've got greens right here, and I feel like I do remember that one of these shades was meant as an eyeliner, so it was like more of a cakey formula or something. I'm gonna have to see if that's indeed the case. And then this one is one that I do really like. It's like just a corally pinky shade and then some neutrals, so this is an easy one for me to use. And also this one used to be mine. This is a Rituals Duo with like a taupey shade and a like sea foam green, I guess. So also those are coming back into my collection. Now let's see, then we've got some blushes and bronzery thingies as well. A Bobbi Brown blush because she really wanted a more high-end blush to play around with, so I bought this for her birthday and now it's mine. Yeah, like it's a nice enough, like I never really know how to work with these type of things. It kind of give me Snow Bunny vibes from Too Faced, which I have used up, but this is a like slightly more shimmery version, I guess. So that's, I don't think she ever really used that one. This one pretty sure came from my own collection initially as well. This is a Color Quilt soft powder blush from Miners. I think I bought this on a holiday in Spain at some point. Another blush with some pinky tones. Then we've got an e.l.f. blush. This one is called Peachy Keen, and it is somewhat in that NARS Orgasm vibe, but definitely a bit more like brown orangey, but there is a bit of a golden sheen to this as well. And then this was also mine, a Gush blush. For some reason she has all these like blushes that have separate fields of different colors, but yeah, this is a big one. I don't know how big is this one. 8 grams. 8 grams is actually not too bad. It probably is not as deep of a pan as it seems when you're looking at it like this. So yes, and then also this one was mine. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow. As you can see, It's kind of broken up into multiple pieces. That's how it arrived when it was shipped to me in the first place. Yeah, we're gonna have to repress this at some point and then start using it as like a bronzer, blushy topper type thing. Let's see, we've got one more duo here as well actually. Eyeshadow Model Co duo, more neutral shades right here. These are definitely shades that I use, so that is okay. And then we've got some eyeshadow singles lying on the side right here. We've got a DA eyeshadow. DA is a drugstore. Are there still DA drugstores in the Netherlands? I don't know, I clearly haven't lived here for a long time. It's a dark blue, so that's great, like a big dark blue eyeshadow. We've got a Catrice one. This is a liquid metal eyeshadow. This was never in my collection, but I do love the shade and I'm very curious to see what the finish of that one is going to be when I can use it. This is supposed to be an eyeshadow as well. It looks like a blush, but it does say on the back that it's an eyeshadow. It's like a volcanic eyeshadow with multiple shades on it. So I'm not even sure how you're supposed to use this properly. Well, that's what it looks like. Just like dip your brush in the places that you need it. I did buy this myself at some point. Clearly I was a lot younger then, because this just, it looks nice, like it's a nice domed something, but how do you use that? Then we have an Essence eyeshadow. This is just a light greenish shade. I have used up a similar single in like a brow bony shade for me, so yeah, these are definitely a little bit like softer and more powdery, and they're older as well, so that probably helps too. Then we've got an e.l.f. Well, this is a blush officially as well, just somewhere in between like a blush and a bronzer. And then we've got 3 Kiko eyeshadows, which I'm actually pretty curious about. We've got a green one, which I guess is fairly similar to that Essence shade, a little bit lighter. And it doesn't look like these were ever used either. They haven't been in my collection. These are ones that she purchased herself. A nice bright purple. And then this is a refill, so I'm not going to take it out of the packaging for now, but it's a like neutral orangey type shade, peachy I should say. Then we've got one more lip product. I never, like most of the lip products that she gifted to me, I took with me to Dublin and incorporated them into my collection straight away. This one for some reason I didn't bring with me. This is L'Oreal Paris lipstick in Unchanged Beige. This is the Infallible Longwear Lip Duo Compact. And there's like 2 lip products in here on the side, as you can see. Sorry for blinding you. This is supposed to be a mirror as well. So you've got a lipstick that you put on and then a lip balm, because it's supposed to be long lasting. So you put this on first for the long lasting part and then a lip balm to make sure that your lips don't dry out too much, I guess. We're gonna find out. And then when I was somewhat cleaning up my bedroom in the Netherlands, I realized that I actually have some makeup of my own that was still lying around there. One of them being one of the first makeup palettes that I ever had, which was gifted to me during Sinterklaas, which is a Dutch type of Christmas, something that happens earlier in the year. I'm not going to go into the details. But this is definitely a well-used palette. As you can see, I've got a good bit of pans, I've got some shadows that are used up, I've got some dips as well, so yeah. And in the middle it has blushes and even some lip products, but there's powder all over them, so I don't think I'm gonna use these lip products. There's cream products as well. That doesn't seem very safe to me, but yeah, very well used palette at that. And that's not all. I also realized I still have, and the cap of this fell off, so a blush palette with a lot of blushes that are still relatively untouched. I finished off 2 in here, as you can see, and one is almost done. I used to have this blush palette with me in uni when I was like, it's not a dorm, but I can say dorm, and you guys know what I mean at least. You don't really do dorms in most universities in the Netherlands, I don't think, but yeah, blush palette. And we have, does this look familiar to you guys at all? I don't know if it does. Something is in here loose, I need to be careful. When I open it, I'm sure you guys will recognize it. This is the, what is it, 99, 66, 88 palette that we all wanted back in the day. Well, I have it. I still have it. And when we couldn't really get our hands on those yet, me and some of my friends decided to buy this, but buy multiple of it and then like each have our own one, because the shipping costs were really high, especially for us at that age. And this one didn't come fully in one piece. As you can see, there's like stuff all over the place, so I'm not gonna hold this up too like high. But this is not all, because these are two palettes on top of each other. Let's see if I can get the top one out. This is underneath that one. So my eyeshadow category already was by far the biggest category that I had, and I've just added another 200 eyeshadows or so to my collection. Like, I think it's gonna be fun though, because I've got kind of new stuff to play around with again, and doing my Pandas eyeshadows, this is definitely gonna bring me new things to work on and to roll in. So that's gonna be nice and interesting. My pan percentage is gonna drop significantly, but that's okay, I guess. I'm kind of looking forward to playing around with all of this, seeing what I like. Maybe I will declutter some things when I don't like them, because these things weren't in my collection, and I'm not gonna hold off from buying actual like new eyeshadows for another 10 years because I've just added this to my collection, because something in me has gotten to the point where I just want to use up everything I have before I buy anything new. So no new eyeshadows unless I finished up all my eyeshadows, or maybe when I don't have any brow bone things left, although I can use highlighters for that. So yeah, you can see what my brain works like at the moment, which is very different from when I bought a lot of these things and then gifted them to my sister back in the day. So yeah, my inventory is gonna look completely different when I do my next update by the end of this year. So let's see what that is really gonna look like. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys for today. Let me know what you guys think of any of these. Like, is there anything in here that you recognize and you're like, ooh, that I really liked? So I know to maybe try that out as one of the soonest things. Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.